Hi, my name is Patrick from the Whiskey Cove. Welcome to the Whiskey Vault. Today, the Red Dragon is the proud national flag of Wales. This fiery creature is close to our hearts. It is thought that the ancient Welsh kings were using the dragon as a royal emblem by the early 5th century AD. In this, they followed Roman cohorts that carried hollow metal Draco standards through which the wind howled to instill fear into their foes. Born out of the fiery mountains and hills of Wales, I bring to you Penderyn Celt. On today's episode, we talk a little bit about why this bottle is special to me, a little bit of tasting notes, a little bit of nosing notes, and a couple of good stories thrown in there for some measures, I guess. Before we start, I'd like to give a big shout out to the folks over at the Whiskey Vault for giving me the platform to be able to present my video, my content in front of folks who might not have watched my stuff before. So I really appreciate them for bringing the whiskey community closer once again. With that being said, we have this beautiful bottle here in front of us with the Welsh dragon on the front. Penderyn is a distillery in Wales. Wales being a country that makes up the United Kingdom, are full of very proud and humble folks. This bottle of whiskey is kind of like me, born, bred in Wales, but has almost been aged in the United States. Penderyn get their beautiful Welsh single malt, and then they dump it into used Buffalo Trace or Evan Williams bourbon barrels. Really interesting and unique that they use Evan Williams, because Evan Williams was a Welsh immigrant that came to the United States, brought with him some whiskey distilling techniques, and then started his own whiskey distilling here, and also became a bit of a politician down in Louisville, Kentucky, amongst many other different things. Also as well, Jesper Jack Daniels, a proud Welshman, went and came over to the US of A, and then also paired up with Nathan Nearest Green to be able to produce what we know of today as Jack Daniels Tennessee whiskey. Penderyn is close to me because I grew up a small handful of miles away from the distillery there. Today, Penderyn has a couple of different locations. They have another big one in Swansea, which was also close to where I live. And now it's pretty much findable all around the world. If you think of Welsh whiskey, Penderyn is going to be the first one that you come to. Let's get this bottle open, let's get this whiskey in the glass. So let's pop this bad boy off. And as you can see, just from kind of like the whiskey in the bottle, it is light in color. Penderyn doesn't use caramel color or any kind of different coloring ingredients to be able to get this whiskey a little darker. It is almost like pear juice, if you like, very light in color, but I appreciate them not filtering it and not adding any color to it. The tasting and nosing notes is very pear, apples, toffee forward. It does have some similarities with Irish whiskey, the stone fruits, the honey, the delicate feel to it. But what I really like about this, it's almost like you're sitting in a Welsh seaside town on the coast. There's a little bit of salt in the air, there's some smoke coming from a nearby factory, and you have a nice burnt piece of toast with some orange marmalade spread on top. It is quite the whiskey for the senses. It is quite unique in the aspect that it brings all those notes together in a really complex but very easily understandable way. Let's taste this bad boy. Very approachable. That 43% ABV, 86 proof, just makes it so easy to drink. You get the oaky spice that you expect from bourbon. A little bit of that Kentucky hug here on the chest, but what you also do have is some of those subtle smoky flavors and a really nice apple cranberry, apple pie type note with some custard or creme fraiche on top. This is really an interesting and unique bottle in terms of being able to bring some polarizing flavors together, and it just becomes this really approachable and delicate whiskey. If you want to be able to get this bottle, it's probably going to cost you $50 US, about $30 in the motherland of Wales. This is a very special bottle. I'm a Welsh person, grew up in Wales, and for the last 10 years I've been living in the United States of America. So I'm of a Welsh distillate, if you like, and now I'm being currently slowly aged in the United States of America. And as you can see, big bourbon fan here as well. Always used to drink bourbon growing up in the UK. The only two options we had in Wales was Jack Daniels and Jim Beam. Loved Jim Beam growing up. When I came to the United States, a friend said, drink this. You like bourbon, drink this. He gave me Buffalo Trace, and then I was sold ever since. So thank you for tuning in today. I really appreciate you stopping by, listening to a few stories that we had here, and a little bit about Penderyn Celt. Thank you to the folks over at the Whiskey Vault again for giving me this opportunity. If you'd like to see more of me, go over to YouTube/The Whiskey Cove, or just go and hit up the search bar, type in The Whiskey Cove, and you'll see more of this face, these style of shirts too, doing all sorts of whiskey reviews and a bunch of other really fun stuff as well. With that being said, as we drink through the world's whiskies one glass at a time, I'm really glad you're here. Cheers.